What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the Paris Saint-Germain Real Madrid reaction video. What a brilliant game this was from PSG, and the individual brilliance of Mbappé won the game for Paris Saint-Germain, but they were by far the better team and they should have won it 2-0, 3-0, and credit to Mauricio Pochettino, the PSG manager. He set up his team perfectly. We will talk tactics and everything else, but first let me ask you, do you think this Paris Saint-Germain team is ready to finally win their first Champions League trophy? I think they have the strongest team in their entire history, with Neymar, Mbappé and Messi up front, and also Donnarumma at the back, and other great players that they signed like Sergio Ramos, who didn't even play today. But I think Pochettino, finally in Pochettino they have a manager who actually knows what he's doing tactically, and he can set up the team to nullify Real Madrid. When was the last time Real Madrid didn't even have a shot on target in a game? I honestly don't know and I can't remember, and if anybody knows that and he can look it up, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear it. Messi had a pretty good game, but it was marked with, of course, his pretty awful penalty miss, and I feel a little bit sorry for Messi at this point because he just can't get going at Paris Saint-Germain. I don't know what it is. He has like only 2 goals in the French league, and also in the Champions League he has a goal for PSG, but otherwise not much. He has flashes of brilliance, but I think he's still learning and trying to get his best position in this Paris Saint-Germain team. Mbappé, on the other hand, is unplayable. Honestly, Real Madrid were marking him with 2 or 3 players, and that's why Nuno Mendes, the left back of Paris Saint-Germain, had so much space in this game, because Real Madrid were marking Mbappé with 2 or 3 players, and even though they did that, they couldn't keep him quiet. Mbappé is such a world-class, brilliant player, and of course there is the underlying story of Mbappé potentially going to Real Madrid in the summer, because he's out of his contract in the summer, so he can basically choose his next club, and Real Madrid is the most likely destination. They already bid like almost 200 million for him, even though he had just 1 year left on his contract in the summer. Paris Saint-Germain didn't want to sell Mbappé because they are really desperate to win their first Champions League. And of course, until Mbappé signs for Real Madrid, he will do everything for Paris Saint-Germain, as he did in this game. And the way that he celebrated indicates that right now, all he's thinking about is getting glory with Paris Saint-Germain. They are already out of the French club, so they need to win the French League and the Champions League to have a successful season. Just winning the French League is not enough for the likes of Mbappé and Messi and Neymar. And with this squad, they should be walking the French League, which they are, to be fair. And in the Champions League, if they knock out Real Madrid, who are one of the contenders, and Real Madrid are actually bossing La Liga at the moment, they are pretty much unplayable apart from some draws and maybe 1 or 2 losses. Real Madrid are really on a roll in La Liga. So that's why it's even more impressive that Paris Saint-Germain basically nullified them and restricted them to very little chances. Credit to Pochettino, he set up his team. They squeezed Real Madrid really far back, and also they tried for Mbappé and Neymar to drop a little bit back between the Real Madrid defenders and midfielders, and a lot of players tried to pick the ball up there. Di Maria, Mbappé and also Messi. That was the front 3 of Paris Saint-Germain, but sometimes they all came back a little bit to drop into the little bit of space between the defenders and the midfielders to pick the ball up and basically drive at the Real Madrid defense. And Real Madrid, when they were marking Mbappé with 2 or 3 players, there was always a lot of space for other players. And Messi also sometimes even came back into his own half to pick the ball up and then drive forward, bring the ball forward and try to attack the Real Madrid midfield. And I think Mbappé probably should have scored one or two goals at least on top of his 94th minute winner. Let's talk about that goal. It was an absolutely brilliant piece of skill between two Real Madrid players. Mbappé just wriggles his way past with such a burst of speed and acceleration, and because he's in the box, the Real Madrid players were very afraid to foul him. Real Madrid already gave away a penalty. Carvajal, who really should know better, he's like 30 years old, he's one of the most experienced players of Real Madrid, and he chopped Mbappé down when he was already going out of play. He took a very long touch, Mbappé, with a lot of speed, and Carvajal just decides to slide in when Mbappé was like 2 yards off the pitch into the penalty area, but only 2 yards from the goal line basically, but very far away from the goal in a very tight angle. In that moment, Carvajal should just stay on his feet and just usher Mbappé away from goal. But what he does is unthinkable for such an experienced player. Carvajal is a multiple Champions League and La Liga winning defender, and he is also a Spanish international. Yet he decides to chop Mbappé down when he's, as I said, going out of bounds, and the referee gives a penalty. It was a stonewaller. Messi steps up and it's an awful penalty. It's not even in the corner, it's very low, it's pretty comfortable for Courtois, who Courtois saved his last 3 penalties that he faced, which is absolutely brilliant. And also Messi, even though he scored already 9 goals past Courtois in his career, he couldn't make it 10 in a row. Messi struggling from penalties is not a new thing. He struggled sometimes for Barcelona to score penalties. And when the game was already starting to peter out after the penalty miss, of course, Real Madrid got better. Their confidence was sky high. They thought they could get away with one basically and see the game out at 0-0 and maybe even win the game. Vinicius Jr. had some flashes of brilliance, but otherwise Real Madrid offered virtually nothing in attack. And then Neymar came on after his long injury. The last time Neymar played was like November the 26th, and Neymar came on as a substitute, and he made a difference. He backheeled it to Mbappé before the goal, before Mbappé just bursts past Militao and Alaba and scores. Valverde came back. He tried to block the shot, but the shot got deflected and went under Courtois, between Courtois' legs, and it was such a pivotal goal, because going with a 0-0 to Bernabeu or going with a 1-0 makes it all the different, and it makes all the difference for Paris Saint-Germain. And I think Paris Saint-Germain will go through. If they play like this in the second leg, they will go through. But of course, it's still like 60% PSG, 40% Real Madrid, because Real Madrid at home can beat anybody on their day. Benzema will be fitter. He also came back from a lung injury. He was a shadow of his usual self. And Vinicius Jr. on his day can decide any game, just like Mbappé. But I just feel that Real Madrid having to attack, there will be so much space behind their backline for Mbappé and Neymar and Messi to run into. I think PSG will score at the Bernabeu as well. And then it's a big question: can Real Madrid score 3 goals against a very resolute PSG defense? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.